The Royal Commission into Defence and Veteran Suicide found that the veteran healthcare system is still quite broken. Well, actually, the commissioners at the time said it was fragmented, but I'm saying it's still quite broken. It's extremely chunky and it's rigid, because we still have veterans having to fight through a sandstorm of bureaucracy to get the help they need, especially if that is help for their mental health. Veterans often struggle to find GPs and specialists who understand the military culture. We used to have these professionals inside defence. You've got to start picking your game up. You are slackening. What's new for defence? Get those psychiatrists back on the inside. You are shameful. And as per usual, you got the biggest asset we had and you reduced them. Honestly, defence, you're your own worst enemy. The Royal Commission also said the Veterans' Health system was difficult to navigate, and for a lot of them it's bloody still impossible. They also found that there is poor continuity of care, which contributes to suicide risk, and there is. And I'll tell you what, don't ask for a liaison officer in any of our public hospitals around Australia, because I don't know what's happened to the veterans liaison officers in public hospitals, but it seems I'm doing their job as well. It's not good enough. The Commissioners highlighted poor funding, poor data sharing, a lot of informed tailored care. I'm still waiting for data for 2 months from the Department of Veterans Affairs. It is sensitive data and I need it, and there is no excuse. That is your only warning today. Otherwise, I'm going to have to make the minister come in here and have a few words about what is going on in that department. Do not make me do that. It's been well over a year since the Commissioners handed down their report and the government released its response in December 2024. You've now had nearly 14 months. I've given you time. The department and both the minister, veterans and advocates have been contacting me for weeks now. The system is still riddled with issues that are once again causing confusion, anxiety and frustrating for veterans, advocates and their doctors. My Christmas break was spent finding psych beds for 4 veterans that were extremely fragile because they couldn't get through to DVA. Where's your helpline? Where's your helpline? It's simple. They pay the price at Christmas time. Why would you not have more beds available? Why am I ringing wards and them telling me there's a 3-week wait? Seriously, it got to a point where I was going to fly them down to my house. How embarrassing would that have been for the department? That's your last warning, because next time I am flying them down, I will fly them down and it'll be an immediate crap storm. I swear to God. Use your brains. You have a terrorist attack and they hate Christmas. What do you think that's doing to them? Jesus. Get out there with your boots on, start talking to them, stop sitting in those little tables with those service organisations and what you think are experts. This is where your problem is. It always has been. I do, however, want to shout out to all those amazing healthcare workers who work with me to get for these veterans over Christmas, because I have to say I want to thank Spencer Clinic in my own backyard, who had a veteran up there that was in dire straits. That veteran unfortunately had to be put in a room. He's a former Navy veteran. You can imagine him with the abuse and that he put up with in the Navy and over 12 years services and now a fireman. That he was put into a room, no windows, no ever. You can imagine what that does to a Navy veteran that has PTSD and in that state. But honestly, our public system is not for veterans. It is not when it comes to their mental health. They're not equipped for it. And as much as they're trying, when I'm getting a call to come up there and settle that veteran down, I don't have a problem with that. But it just goes to show they cannot go in that public system. Our public system is struggling to hold its own in its mental health. So you need to look after the veterans and you need to take that off the public health, because it's not fair on the civilians in that hospital with our veterans. It's not fair when they're that gone and they cannot get the help, because that psychiatrist goes, I just don't know what to do. I'm not trained in helping these veterans. That's fine, you can get hold of me. But this is not the way it should be, and it is really starting to put the pressure on our health system. And when you're Tasmanian, when you have not a very good one, and we don't have beds as it is, putting them in that public system, it sends them off their heads. It has got to stop. You are not getting the job done quick enough, DVA. We're going back to, hello, I don't want to answer your questions. We're not going back to this. We're just not. You're bloody halfway there. Keep persisting and keep moving quicker. But no more of the hiding. Enough.
Senator Cash.